Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video. Today, just going to take a look here at Ninja. Right now, he is in a toxic and perception sets, and we're going to run like 5 runs, kind of get an average of how fast he can take down Sand Devil 25 here, even though he's weak affinity. And then we're going to put him in a Affinity Breaker set and see if we can actually speed that up a little bit. So let's get into it. Okay, so we got 5 runs complete here. I'm going to switch gears on them, and then I'm going to review both sets of runs and kind of come up with some stats there, and we'll see if actually switching to Affinity Breaker is going to be better. Okay, real quick here. So this is the build we had there for the first set of runs. So Ninja again in Toxic and Perception, with just not a whole lot there as far as we didn't get the ring there. Um, let's see here. We got some accuracy here on the banner. We just took defense because it had good accuracy here on the amulet. Then of course, we just went with attack because we didn't need we don't need that much speed on them. Some crit rate, I think, just because that's got some accuracy too. We got an accuracy banner on the chest plate there, and toxic. Max accuracy there on the weapon. Again, some accuracy was a little bit of speed there on the helm, and some good bit of accuracy with a little bit of speed there on the shield. As you can see, they're not all rolled up because we don't need that great of stats, right? Below 40,000 is good. We'd like to be below 2,000. The speed doesn't matter as long as we're above 130. Don't need to worry about crit rate or crit damage. We just got to worry about accuracy there. So because most of the damage is coming from the HP. So that's the stats for him. Um, as far as in Toxic and Perception, he is fully booked, but you know it doesn't matter in this particular case because when she revives him, he's going to go straight into his HP burn. And his masteries, we went down. You can do the offensive tree, but you can't take War Master or Giant Slayer there. It'll get one more turn, and that will mess up your run there. So we just went down with accuracy. Now you can take Helm Smasher if you want, but his damage, he's not going to do much damage by normal means, through crit rate, crit damage, and attack against the boss. So it's not really worth that. But anyway, I'll come back here and show you the new build. Okay, so now we again have Perception and Affinity Breaker. And real quick, just going over stats here. Couple hundred more HP than we had before. We dropped way down on the attack. Unfortunately, we gained 200 on the defense. A little bit of speed, not a big deal. Again, it doesn't matter. We actually picked up a little more accuracy. Now, why do we want Affinity Breaker? It doesn't matter about the crit damage, but that 50% chance to change a weak hit into a critical hit. Since he's negative affinity, we're going to hope that he is able to land more of those HP burns and get a more consistent and faster run time. So let's go over there and test it out. Okay, so we're on stage 25 again. Again, Ninja's an affinity breaker now instead of toxic. We'll just use the same food. It doesn't matter, and we're using the same God Seeker. So we'll run through 5 runs here, and we'll see if times get better or worse there. And hopefully, I'm hoping they'll get a little better there. Let's real quick see, make sure he does that. He landed 2 of the 3, so not bad. I want to make sure that he dies right here. He did. Okay. We'll see you at the finish line. Okay, so 5 runs complete there with Ninja and Affinity Breaker. I'm going to review all of this video and get back with you with some conclusions. So here we have 145 is my best time on stage 25. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get close to that or even beat that. We'll just grab some food here. And so this is again with the Ninja and Affinity Breaker. And I've got just about everything on my PC turned off. So this will be as fast as I can get it to go. Without actually upgrading any hardware. So let's see where we end up here. $204, so it's not too bad. $218. $201, our best time so far. $202. 147, our second best time ever there. So let me do some calculations and see what we come up with. All right, since I got a little bit of extra energy, we're going to do a bonus turn here. And we got 147 again there. Okay, I've done like 6 or 7 bonus runs, and I did manage to tie my best time there. Not quite my best turns, but I did tie the best time there with Ninja and Affinity Breaker. Um, This is not going to improve without one of two things happening. If I can get a 5 or 6 star brimstone, then I can cut this down. Definitely with a 6 star, I think we can shave another 30 seconds off. A 5 star being only 60% chance to land is kind of a crapshoot there. So you will save some time because you're going to land it unless you have the worst RNG ever. You will land it at least once or twice, but it won't necessarily land every time, so you can't bank on that to shave the 30 seconds off. The other would save me 5 or 10 more seconds, and that's spending a few $1,000s on a new GPU and CPU, and that's not going to happen. So Ninja and Affinity Breaker is definitely better in my opinion. Now, if you're using them in other places, in Faction Wars, if I beefed up his speed to get him at least 210, then he would still be viable in Faction Wars, depending on what other champions you have, because HP burn is definitely going to help against the bosses, and you will have a better chance of landing it more, again, Infinity Breaker. But otherwise, other areas, he's probably not going to be that useful. So if you're using him in other areas, then I wouldn't suggest Affinity Breaker. But anyway, now also, 145, 147-ish, and then you hit about the 202 mark, and then the 218 mark. So it depends on how well you're landing those burns. And it's taken about 16 to 18 seconds per rotation to get through. Remember, I defined a rotation as the boss nukes you all the way down. Godseeker revives herself, then revives Ninja. He goes, and they go all the way through again until the boss nukes you down completely again. That is a rotation, not a turn, a rotation. And it takes about 6.5 to get this best time and fully deplete the boss's HP using HP burn. So there you go. Um, just to recap real quick here. So with the PC and a bunch of stuff running, but running with Toxic Set and Perception, we're averaging about 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Same scenario, but this time we switched to Affinity Breaker, and we were average 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So we're saving 10 seconds per run. That is definitely going to add up. If you're not running a whole bunch of stuff like me, now I will tell you, I was running 3 versions of this Plarium Play, along with RSL Helper with every version of Plarium Play here. So 3 accounts. I had probably 25 or 30 open tabs there, and Chrome going on. Excel open, Word open. I don't know how much they're doing too much. I got another little program for downloading some stuff that sits in the background. So I had a fair amount opened up, and of course that added 45 to 30 more seconds to the average time there versus what's going on here. So if you're not running a whole lot of stuff, this is definitely going to be faster. But there you go. That's in a nutshell. Oh yeah, forgot to mention the average time, at least so far, has been 2 minutes and 2 seconds with, pretty much just, I don't even have RSL Hopper open on this, right? So, and the way I shaved 2 seconds off was not actually recording while I was doing it, and that helped save a little bit. So, depends on your recording software, it might slow you down a little bit, but it's hard to make a video without recording it. Anyway, there you go in a nutshell. Affinity Breaker is definitely going to help you if you're using Ninja just for Faction Wars and or just for Sand Devil. That's my recommendation there. You don't need anything fancy stats other than, just enough speed to get over the hump, and definitely enough accuracy to land the HP burns, and that's it. That's it. In fact, the worse stats, the better after that, unless you're definitely running for Faction Wars. So hopefully that was helpful, insightful. Have a nice day.